Student, welcome to the online classes of chemistry. So, yesterday we started the nucleophilic substitution, nucleophilic addition reaction in chemical properties. So, here in chemical properties, we have to study first one, nucleophilic addition reaction. Look here students, yesterday I explained the mechanism of nucleophilic addition reaction. So here aldehydes and ketones undergoes addition reaction due to the presence of carbonyl group, and due to the presence of this carbon oxygen double bond, it undergoes addition reaction forming the addition product. And here nucleophilic addition reaction, so reactivity, so the first one is reactivity. So reactivity means, so among the aldehydes and ketones, which one is more reactive, whether aldehyde is more reactive or ketone more reactive. So let us see here, they may ask 2 marks question, aldehydes are more reactive. Look here, reactivity, aldehydes are more reactive, aldehydes are more reactive than ketones, give reason or explain. Look here student, what is the reason here? Why aldehydes are more reactive? So look here students, first I will write here, that is in ketones. Look here, what happens in case of ketones? So here the aldehydes are more reactive than ketones, give reason. So in a nucleophilic addition reaction, so aldehydes are more reactive in addition reaction because of 2 reasons, that is steric and electronic reason, steric effect or electronic effect. Look here students, I will write here in ketones what happens. So here in ketones, number 1 steric effect. So what happens in steric effect? I will write later on. So here if it is an acetone, CH3, C double bond O, it is CH3. Look here student, it is acetone. In acetone, so it has bulky groups. So these are called as bulky groups. Here it is bulky groups, and due to this reason, whenever the nucleophile attacks, so therefore these 2 bulky groups does not allow, or it hinders, HINDRS, it hinders the approach of nucleophile to the carbonyl carbon of ketone, hence these are less reactive. So remember once again, so here so here whenever the nucleophile approaches to the carbon of carbonyl group, so therefore due to the presence of these 2 bulky group, so it hinders, the approach of the nucleophile is hindered by these 2 bulky groups, so therefore these are less reactive. But in case of ketone, look here, in case of ketone, it has only one bulky group, so therefore the nucleophile can easily attack here, so therefore these are more reactive and these are less reactive, and this is called as a steric effect. It is called as a steric effect. Look here students, here I will write, so I will write reason and then I will write again the diagram. Look here, aldehydes are more reactive than ketones in nucleophilic addition reaction due to steric and electronic effects. Look here students. So here aldehydes are more reactive than ketones in a nucleophilic addition reaction. In a nucleophilic addition reaction. So in a nucleophilic addition reaction due to steric and electronic effect. So what is steric effect? Number one, look here, steric effects. So the presence of two bulky means bigger, bulky substituents. It may be, in case of aldehyde, it may be aryl, or I will write here, it may be aryl or alkyl. Bulky substituents, the presence of two bulky substituents in ketones hinders the approach of nucleophile, to the carbonyl carbon or carbon of carbonyl group. So here ketones hinders the approach of nucleophile to the carbonyl carbon. So therefore these are less reactive. Hence ketones are less reactive. Look here students, I will show an example. It is nucleophile, here it attacks, it is ketone. Look here, these are the bulky groups, bulky substituents, and here the nucleophile, so does not easily approach us. So here it hinders, due to the presence of these two bulky groups it hinders, and therefore students here these are less reactive. So here these are less reactive. So what happens in case of aldehydes? In case of aldehyde only one substituent is there, only one bulky group is there, and therefore another small atom is there, and therefore the nucleophile can approach easily. So I will show here. Look here, second one, aldehydes contains only one substituents. Hence the nucleophile can easily approaches the carbonyl carbon in aldehydes. Look here, here it is the smaller one, and here the nucleophile it easily attacks here. So these are more reactive as compared to that of ketones. Look here students, it is the reason here. Then what is the second reason? Electronic effect. So in electronic effect, remember the electrophilicity of carbonyl carbon in ketone decreases. Due to the presence of two alkyl groups or two alkyl or aryl groups So because the alkyl groups are electron releasing group, and therefore the electrophilicity decreases, and therefore these are less reactive. But in case of aldehydes, so due to the presence of only one substituent, so the electrophilicity does not decreases. The electrophilicity is more, or the electrophilic effect is more in aldehydes. So therefore I will write here the reason. The second one, look here, the second one, electronic effect. Electronic effect. So what is electronic effect? Look here, the electrophilicity of carbonyl carbon in ketones decreases due to the presence of two alkyl group, due to the presence of two alkyl groups. It may be alkyl or aryl, or it may be both, that is a aryl group, alkyl groups. Hence these are less reactive than aldehydes. These are less reactive than aldehydes. Look here students, it is the reason here. So here in case of aldehyde, the electrophilicity is more because it has only one. So here CH3, C double bond O, CH3. So here two alkyl groups are there, and therefore the electrophilicity decreases here. And in case of that is ketones, aldehydes, so here it has only one group, or that is if we remove then right formaldehyde, only smaller groups are there, then these are more reactive as compared to this. The electrophilicity is more and the electrophilicity is less, and these are less reactive and these are more reactive. It is called as a electronic effect. It is called as a electronic effect. Then look here students, here another question is there. Aromatic aldehydes, benzaldehydes are less reactive, aromatic aldehydes are less reactive as compared to aliphatic aldehydes. So give reason. So this is also question. Number 2, benzaldehyde, that is aromatic aldehydes, are less reactive, benzaldehyde are less reactive in nucleophilic addition reaction, as compared to that of aliphatic aldehydes, addition reaction as compared to that of alkanols. Alkanols means aliphatic aldehydes. Alkanols as compared to alkanols. Give reason. What is the reason here? Look here students, here the main reason is the carbon atom of carbonyl group of benzaldehyde. The carbon atom of the carbonyl group of benzaldehyde. It is less electrophilic. Or benzaldehyde is less electrophilic. So it is electrophilic is less. Benzaldehyde is less electrophilic as compared to that of carbon atom of carbonyl group of alkanols. Means here the electrophilic. So here look here, the carbon atom of the carbonyl group of benzaldehyde is less electrophilic as compared to that of a carbon atom of a carbonyl group of alkanols. So alkanes are more electrophilic. Alkanols are the more electrophilic. Alkanols means that is aliphatic aldehyde. These are more electrophilic as compared to that of aromatic aldehyde. Hence these alkanols are more reactive. So it is less reactive. So here this hence benzaldehyde is less reactive. Benzaldehyde is less reactive. Then another reason is there, students. Look here, another second reason is there. The polarity of the carbonyl carbon. So the polarity of carbonyl group or the polarity of the carbonyl group or carbonyl carbon of aldehyde, benzaldehyde, the polarity of the carbonyl group of benzaldehyde. So here it is reduces or decreases due to resonance. So the polarity of the carbonyl group of benzaldehyde reduces or decreases due to the resonance. Hence these are less reactive. Look here, students, it is the reason. So here it is reduces due to that is a resonance. I will write the resonance structure. Look here. Here it is benzaldehyde. So resonance takes place. So here I will write look here. Look here. Here resonance takes place, and due to this resonance, the polarity in the polarity of carbonyl group reduces. And when the polarity of this carbonyl group reduces, these are less reactive as compared to that of alkanols. So here again, so this happened. So this is called as a reactivity. So in benzaldehyde, so what happens in case of benzaldehyde? Look here, students, it is about the reactivity of that is alkanes and then alkanols, and also it is this aromatic aldehyde, both. Now let us see few examples of addition reaction. So number 1, addition of HCN, hydrogen cyanide. So when aldehydes and ketones are treated with hydrogen cyanide, so it undergoes addition reaction in presence of base. And if you use the pure hydrogen cyanide, the reaction is very slow, and this reaction is catalyzed by base or alkali. It is called as base or alkali. So look here, addition of hydrogen cyanide. So what happens here? Addition of hydrogen cyanide. Addition of HCN. Look here, addition of HCN. Aldehydes and ketones undergoes addition reaction with HCN in presence of base, forming cyanohydrine. Look here students, they form cyanohydrine, and this reaction takes place very slowly if the HCN is pure, and in such cases this reaction can be catalyzed by using a base, sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Look here students, here both aldehydes and ketones react. I will show both the example. Here I will write number 1 CH3 C double bond O, it is H, acetaldehyde. When hydrogen cyanide is added, look here, here it is positive, it is negative, and here it is positive and negative. So here this electrophile attacks here and this nucleophile attacks here. So then here, then it forms a radical product CH3 H C OH CN. It is called as cyanohydrine. So this cyanohydrine may also be written like this, or it is also written like this CH3 C OH H, and it is CN. Look here, CH3 CHOH and then CN. So here it is called as 2-hydroxy. So 1, 2, 3, it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, because cyanide is the functional group. So 2-hydroxy propane nitrile. So look here students, it is called as 2-hydroxy propane nitrile. So it may be also written like this, 2-hydroxy propane nitrile. And what happens in case of ketones? Look here, ketones I will write here CH3 C double bond O CH3. Look here, it is ketone. And when ketone is treated with hydrogen cyanide, again the same reaction takes place here. So here it attacks, or you may change it like this. Look here, I will write here O plus HCN. So here H attacks here and CN attacks here. Then you will get straight compound CH3 CCH3. Then it is a CN. Then it is a OH. Look here, it is also cyanohydrine. What is its IUPAC name? Again 1, 2, 3. The numbering begins with this functional group. So then what is the name here? So 2-hydroxy, and then that is 2-methyl propane nitrile. So what is here? 2-hydroxy, 2-methyl propane nitrile. Look here students, it is the name here. So here how this reaction takes place? What is the mechanism behind this? You may also write general reaction. Let us see that is what is the mechanism behind this. Look here, how the mechanism takes place here. So here the first step 1, HCN reacts with base OH minus, forming a strong nucleophile. Look here, I will write HCN plus OH minus, it forms a strong nucleophile H2O Cn minus. This is the nucleophile. And then step 2, the nucleophile attacks the carbonyl carbon forming a tetrahedral intermediate, or it is also called as alkoxide ion, tetrahedral intermediate. And then on protonation gives cyanohydrine. Look here, student, it is a mechanism. Step 1. Let us see the step 2. Look here, step 2. I will write here step 2. Here it is the carbonyl carbon plus nucleophile. So it is here nucleophile is cyanide. So here it attacks, nucleophile attacks here, and then it forms this is called as a tetrahedral intermediate. It is called as tetrahedral intermediate, or it is also called as a cyanide ion, that is alkoxide ion. And then protonation takes place, and after protonation it forms this is called as a cyanohydrine. Look here, students, it is a mechanism here. So HCN reacts with the base, forming a new strong nucleophile, and the nucleophile attacks this carbonyl carbon, forms that is alkoxide ion or a tetrahedral intermediate which is unstable, and after protonation it gives a cyanohydrine. So here it is the mechanism of this reaction. And then after this mechanism, so here let us see the addition of sodium hydrogen sulfite, that is also called as sodium bisulfite. Look here. Next one, addition of sodium hydrogen sulfite. The formula is NaHSO3, sodium hydrogen sulfite. So here the aldehydes easily react with sodium hydrogen sulfite or sodium bisulfite, forming an white crystalline addition product of bisulfite compound, but the lower members of ketones only react. Listen carefully. The lower members of ketones react with sodium hydrogen sulfite, forming an addition product, but higher members does not form due to the steric hindrance. The steric hindrance is mainly due to the presence of the bulky groups attached to the carbonyl group. So it hinders the addition of a sodium bisulfite. So therefore lower members of ketones only react with this sodium bisulfite. So here the aldehydes and lower members of, remember this, lower members of ketones react with NaHSO3 forming an addition product, that is addition product of bisulfite compound, bisulfite compound. So here I will show students, here I will take both the example, plus here I will write aldehydes and ketones, CH3, C, double bond O, it is H. So here acetaldehyde, when it is treated with NaHSO3, so here this NaHSO3 decomposes and it gives CH3, C, it is, I will write here like this, H as it is, and here top I will write O, SO2H, and it is ONA. Look here, this Na attaches here, it is ONA, and here the bonding takes place through this oxygen, OSO2H, and here proton transfer takes place here, Look here, the proton here, it transfers here, and then the sodium transfers here. So proton transfer takes place here and it forms an addition product, CH3, C, O, SO2, Na, and then here it is OH, it is H as it is. So this is called as addition product. Look here students, this is called as an addition product. So here it is about this sodium bisulfite compound. So what happens with the smaller, that is ketones? With the smaller ketones, again I will write here number 1, and then ketones, CH3, C, CH3, C double bond O, plus NaHSO3, it gives CH3, C, here I will write O, SO2H, it is ONA, and it is CH3 as it is, and here proton transfer takes place, and then it forms CH3, C, O, SO2Na, and it is OH, and here it is CH3 as it is. Look here students, is clear? So here it forms an white crystalline addition product. It is a white crystalline addition product. So it is the chemical properties here, addition of hydrogen sulfide. But here note acetophenone, which is having bulky molecules. So acetophenone does not form addition product, with sodium bisulfite due to the presence of bulky group. So does not form addition product with NaHCO3 due to the steric hindrance, presence of bulky groups, that is C6H5, C double bond O, CH3. Look here students, here it has a bulky groups. It does not undergo addition reaction. So then again one familiar reaction. So that is reaction with Grignard's reagent. As already we studied in alcohols, we know that whenever the Grignard's reagent is treated with formaldehyde, or that is the Grignard's reagent, it is treated with formaldehyde. So what happens? So it forms primary alcohol. When Grignard's reagent is treated with acetaldehyde, so what happens? It gives secondary alcohol. And when Grignard's reagent is treated with acetone, so it forms tertiary alcohol. It is the addition reaction with the Grignard's reagent. So look here students, what happens here? Addition of Grignard's reagent. As already we discussed about the Grignard's reagent and formation of primary and secondary alcohol in the last chapter, that is alcohols, phenols and ethers. Again we have to write the same reactions. Again we have to write the same reactions. Look here. Again same reaction. Addition of Grignard's reagent. Look here students, addition of Grignard's reagent. So number 1, we know that whenever the Grignard's reagent is treated with formaldehyde, it forms primary alcohol. And whenever the Grignard's reagent is treated with secondary acetaldehyde, it gives secondary alcohol. And whenever the Grignard's reagent is treated with acetone, it gives tertiary alcohol. So we will write one by one. Look here, number 1, I will write Grignard's reagent RMGX plus formaldehyde, the first compound, formaldehyde. I will write the formaldehyde like this. It is formaldehyde. So here this R attacks here and then MgX attacks here. It forms R CH H O MgI, MgBr or MgX, OMgX. And this on hydrolysis, here it breaks and here it forms RCH2 OH plus MgOH. So it is X. So here it is nothing but HOH. Look here students. And then I will write an example here. I will write an example CH3 MgBr plus I will write formaldehyde same compound HH double bond O. It gives here CH3 CH2 OMgBr and again on hydrolysis it breaks, it gives CH3 CH2OH plus MgBr OH. Look here students, this is the reaction here. So it is the reaction where here the first, that is primary alcohols are formed. And the second one, when the same Grignard's reagent is treated with acetaldehyde, I will write acetaldehyde like this, C double bond O H here. Look here. And then this R attacks here and MgO further, it forms CH3 CH R. Otherwise you may take that is another, that is alkyl group R here R, then you may write R here R, and then OMgX and then on hydrolysis, so again it gives R C H R, it is OH plus MgOH X. Look here students. And you may write example, I will write example here. So CH3 MgBr, I will write acetaldehyde CH3 CH double bond O. So CH3 attacks here and then here it forms CH3 C CH3, it is H and it is OMgBr on hydrolysis, it gives CH3 CH3OH plus MgOH Br. Look here students, it is called as isopropyl alcohol, secondary alcohol. Here it is the example. And if you take a stone, third one, I will write direct example, CH3 MgBr plus I will write a stone like this. Look here, then CH3 attacks here and then it forms CH3. Look here, CH3 OMgBr and then on hydrolysis, so here it breaks, then it forms CH3 OH, tertiary butyl alcohol plus MgBrOH. Look here students, it is called as tertiary butyl alcohol. So here it is with Grignard's reagent, because you are very familiar with Grignard's reagent as we are already discussed in alcohols, phenols and ethers. So preparation of alcohols from Grignard's reagent. When this Grignard's reagent is treated with formaldehyde, it gives primary alcohol, so it is called as primary alcohol. It is ethanol. And when Grignard's reagent is treated with acetaldehyde, it gives here it gives secondary alcohol, there is isopropyl alcohol. And when Grignard's reagent is treated with acetone, it gives tertiary alcohol, tertiary butyl alcohol. So students, here it is about the reaction with Grignard's reagent. And then reaction with what happens when aldehydes are treated with alcohol. Look here, aldehydes react with monohydric alcohol, forming, first it forms hemiacetal, and after that further it reacts with another molecule of ethyl alcohol, forming esterols. But student, ketones react with ethylene glycol, dihydric alcohols, so forming ethylene glycol ketol. Let us see that example. Look here, addition of Grignard's reagent. After this, let us see the addition of here, the addition reaction of, that is, alcohols. So what happens when these are treated with alcohols? So here, remember students, with alcohol, addition of alcohols, as I explained here. So number one, when aldehydes are treated with alcohols, first it forms hemiacetal, and again further it reacts with another molecule of alcohol, forming esterols. Aldehydes react with alcohol, forming hemiacetols. So look here students, hemiacetols react with alcohol. So in presence, the reaction takes place in presence of dry HCl gas, dry hydrogen chloride gas, forming hemiacetols, in presence of dry HCl gas. Look here, dry HCl gas, and further it reacts with another alcohol, forming acetols. It forms acetols. It is called as geminal dialkoxy compounds. Geminal dialkoxy compounds. Look here students, geminal dialkoxy compounds. So then here I will write reaction. Look here, R C double bond O, it is H. You may take general reaction, aldehyde, or you may write like this, R C double bond O H. Look here, when it is treated with another alcohol in presence of dry HCl, look here students, here this R attacks here and OH attacks here, and then it forms R C H O R, and then it is OH. And again it reacts with another alcohol ROH. Look here, it reacts with another alcohol, and here the water is removed, minus H2O, it is removed here. Look here, water is removed, and then it forms RCHOR, and it is OR. So here it is called as acetol, and it is called as hemiacetol. It is also called as geminal dialkoxy compounds. Dialkoxy, RO dialkoxy compound. You may take an example here, CH3 CH double bond O plus ethyl alcohol or methyl alcohol. So here it is, if it is taken methyl alcohol, then in presence of dry HCl, here, so this OH is attached here and CH3 attached here, it forms CH3 CH, then it is OCH3, then another one is OH, and again it reacts with another methyl alcohol, and then water is removed here, and then it forms CH3 CH, and it is OCH3, and here it is again OCH3. So it is compound here. Then students, what happens in case of ketones? So ketones react with dihydric alcohols. So let us see that example. Dihydric alcohols, ketones react with dihydric alcohols. Look here, ketones reacts with ethylene glycol. Look here, it is dihydric alcohol, ethylene glycol, forming ethylene glycol ketol. Look here students, ethylene glycol ketol in presence of dry HCl gas. Look here students, I will write an example here. So R C double bond O, it is R, it is called as a ketone, R dash. So plus here I will write ethylene glycol, I will write ethylene glycol like this. It is ethylene glycol, CH2H, it is called as ethylene glycol. Look here, so water is removed, minus H2O, so then it forms R C R dash, so it is O CH2 like this. So it is called as here it is an example, so which forms, that is ethylene glycol ketol. It is called as ethylene glycol ketol. So if you take example CS3, or you write like this, CS3, C double bond O plus ethylene glycol look here, the water is removed minus H2O, so then here it forms CS3, C, OCH2, so this is called as ethylene glycol ketone. So here students, up to this we studied the addition of alcohol, monohydric and dihydric alcohol. So in our next class we will discuss the remaining part of the chemical properties. Thank you.